Hey everyone, in this video we're going to look onto the Splunk, exploring Splunk TryHackMe room. And these are some prerequisites rooms that you should complete before coming to this room. And we have intro to SIEM. It will teach us you what is a SIEM, security information and event management, and a lot more about SIEM. So I could not create a video on this because this is something that you need to learn by yourself by read these contents, etc. So I request you to complete this. Okay, so and we also have Splunk the basics room, which seems to be premium, and we can complete it if you don't have money. It's okay. You need to join and start your VPN, and that's it. So just click complete. It is recommended to complete this prerequisites room to continue the next task. So I recommend you to complete this intro to SIEM, which is free here, and you have to start this mission. I just started it already. And before moving forward, deploy the mission. You can access this lab in the attack box or click. So you can also access this in the attack box, but I am here accessing it in the open VPN. This is what I'm recommending. And you have to just right click and click open link in the new tab, and you'll be able to see your Splunk instances here, and it will load. As you can see, Splunk is loading. So anyways, to start the lab in your browser, when the mission is fully started, the mission will take up to 3 to 5 minutes to start. So I just started this before. So for this room, we will work on the index Windows logs is the index that we are going to work in this room. So connect with the lab. So we just connect and click complete. And what is the name of the host in the data summary tab is the first question, and we can just view the hint and saying that to add index equal to Windows log star. This star is also called wildcard. We just want to paste this in the Splunk. So in the search bar and change the search time period to all times to show all the data logs and sources. So anyways, let's move on to the Splunk, and here we have the search and reporting option. Just click the search and reporting option. In that option, you'll be able to see search query. You just need to paste the entire content that you copied from there and press enter. And here is our time, and you just need to change this into all time. So this is something that you need to take a look. We have 12,256 events here, and these are the events. And let's move to the first question here. What is the name of the host in the data summary tab is the first question, and you just need to add these to see, and the name of the host is what we need to find. And as you can see, this is the selected fields, and there is a host, and the name of the host is cyberhost. So I'm just copying and pasting it here, and that's done. Now we are moving to the next section, which is search and reporting app overview. Search and reporting app is the default interface used to search and analyze the data on the Splunk homepage. So here is the page that we searched for Windows. As you can see, Windows logs. So we specified index equal to Windows logs and start to get all those logs. And this is a search head, so which is where we search the contents, and we have the time duration. This page is the time duration, so we selected the all time. You can also select the time duration to today, to 5 minutes window, last 60 minutes, etc., based on what you are searching for. And we have the search history option. Okay, as you can see, we have the search history option here, showing that this tab saves the search queries that the user has run in the past along with the time when it was run. So it lets the user click on the past searches and look at the result. The filter option used to search for this particular query based on the term. So we have the data summary, and we have the field sidebar, and etc. So this is the field sidebar. So selected fields, as you can see, there's a lot of fields, so you can just use these for fields to find answers to the questions so easily. And we have some patterns here, we have some statistics, and we have some visualization concepts available there. So anyways, we are moving to the next question. So in the search history, what is the 7th search query in the list, excluding your search from today? When you click the search and reporting option here, you will be able to see the search history. As you can see, the search history is there, and when you click here, and you will be able to see the filter options here. Basically here it is saying that in the search history, what is 7th search query in the list, excluding your searches from today, is saying that we don't have to specify our today's search history. So this is our today's search history. As you can see, last run, and we have to find the seventh search query excluding this, so we just don't need to include this. So the search query from here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is the seventh search query. So I'm just copying that and pasting it here, and that's done. In the field left field panel, which source IP has recorded max events is the next question. For finding that, we can just move to the all time option here, and I think we can just go back and move to the index equal to windows log asterisk. And the question here is about the source IP recorded max events. So we just need to select the source IP field from here. So we can just look on to the field hints, and we source IP has recorded max events, and we also have a hint, look for source IP in the field. So this is source address, not source IP. So we also have 146 more, so we can click there and search for source IP, or we can just search for source only, and you will be able to see a lot of things. And as you can see, source IP, so I just click that and add it to this field. So I just added the source IP in the field, as you can see. So here we have the 61.628% of this IP is the most recorded, and the 53 count. So this is the answer to this question. How many events are returned when we apply the time filter? So we have a time filter which is 4 15 20 22, and the time from this, and we need to and how many events are returned when we apply the time filter? It's 4 15 20 22. So we can just apply the time filter. Then how we can apply the time filter? We have the time and date option where we can apply that. Search for like between, so select the between option, and is, oh my god, everything was gone. So you just need to select the between option and select for 15 20 22. So it's best to copy that and enter it here and enter it here. And you also need to copy the time, I think like 8:05 a.m. So we have to specify 8:05 a.m. This is hour, minute, second, etc. So we can select the 8 hour, like 8 means 08, and 5 here 5 a.m. and to 8608, and we can specify the 06 here and click apply, and that's it. As you can see, we have 134 events based on that. So we can just enter 134, and that's done. So now we are moving to the task for Splunk processing language overview. We have SPL language, which is Splunk processing languages. We can see to give the field name equal, you can just use this operator. Like for example, if you want to find the username equal to Mark, then you can just use this in the search field. Okay, and you also have not equal to operator here, and less than operator, less than or equal to operator, greater than, and greater than or equal to operator based on like what you want to search. And there is some examples that you can look for and understand the explanation from here. And we have a new search query here, index is equal to windows log, account name not equal to systems. So it will just give you the events in which all windows logs, and from the account name which is not equal to system. I'm just changing the time range to all time, and we have 84 events which is no which is the account name or not system. And you can see the not operator or operator, and a lot more things are available. And this is the wildcard, as I mentioned before. Status is equal to file star at the end means it will display all those star. For example, here we have the destination IP 172 dot star, so it will display all in like 172. After that, all IP addresses starting with 172, it will display that when you give this query. Okay, and how many events are returned when searching for ID, event ID 1 and user as James. So basically we just need to put some SPL, Splunk processing language. How many events are returned when searching for event ID 1? We just need to search for the event ID 1 and user star James star. Okay, let's do this. So you can also click a username from the interesting fields. If it is not available, then you can click here to extract what you want. Like here I'm entering user, and we have the user ID, and we also need event ID. So we can just search for event, and we are option called event ID is there, and there is no user name. So anyways, so let's do this. I'm just pressing star and enter first. As you can see, event ID. So event ID is 1. So we just need to select the event ID 1. So we can just select here in the event ID and select the 10, and we can just change that into 1. So this is the best practice. And the user as James. So basically you just need to select the user as James. We have CyberT's James here. You can just click here, and we have 4 events. So let's enter 4, and that's how we can answer. And we can just move to the next question. How many events are observed with the destination IP? This is our destination IP, and this is our destination port, and we have to specify the destination IP as this. So you just don't need to enter contents here. The best practice is to remove all those contents and make Windows log star, and you can just use the fields from here. So that's the easiest method. So the destination IPs, you just need to find the destination IP from here. So we can just click here and extract the destination IP, and we can see destination IP. Just click that, just close this, and the destination IP field was here. So our destination IP is 1839.6. So we have to find 1839.6. Just click there, and it was selected. And how many events are observed with the destination IP? This and destination port 135 is the port. So we have to select the destination port. Destination port is 135. So we just selected that, and we observe that there is 4 events. So the answer is 4. So what is a source IP with the highest count returned with the search query? So search query. So we have a search query. So we can just copy the entire search query, and we need to find the source IP with highest count returned with this search query. So we just need to search this and look for the source IP here. And this is the source IP returned with highest counts. As you can see, 17 count. So just copy that and paste it here. So after solving this lab, if you watch this video properly, then you will be able to solve the rest of the labs. It's so cool, right? So okay, so this is just the beginning. So if you're a beginner, then this might be so helpful for you. So you just need to watch the entire content to see how I am solving, to make you understand the concepts. So anyways, let's move on to the next one. In the index Windows logs, search for all events that contain the term cyber. How many events returned? So we can just search for index is equal to Windows logs, and that contain the term cyber. Just enter cyber only, and we have 0 events. I don't know, maybe that. Let's check 0 first, and it worked. So now we can see, now search for the term cyber star and see how many events are returned. So instead of cyber, we can just search for cyber star. Just click search. As you can see, we have 12,256 events returned. So the answer is 12,000. Oh, I think you just don't need to specify the comma. And that's it. Now we are moving to the task 5. So task 5 is about filtering the results in Splunk processing language, SPL. And we have some fields, some explanations, some syntax, some examples are here. So you just need to read that, okay? We have a search query here. So we can just use this search query with these details. So let's search for this. Here, as you can see, the fields plus host for the host field, and plus user for the user field, and plus source IP for the source IP field. Okay, so the fields and plus space, these commands are used to display only that fields in Windows logs. Okay, to filter those fields only, then you can use that fields pipe symbol fields. Okay, I hope you understand that. Now we have click on more field to display fields if some fields are not visible. Okay, so now we can just extract new field option. There is no more field option available. But if you see something like this, then you can just click here and extract some more fields. And we have something more like to search for index equal to Windows logs and search PowerShell. It will search for the term PowerShell, and as you can see, there's a lot of things which contains the PowerShell terms. We have 198 events. Okay, and we have a new search query called DW event ID. So let's search this. Let's use this. Basically, I'm recommending you to use all those search queries that they are specifying in this room. Okay, and understand what it is. When you use this DW and event ID, you can see the event ID is displayed like this. And we have the table event ID, and this is that. And we have the user, image, and the host name. So we specify that, and this is what it is displaying, right? So let's move on to the next one. And we have this query. Let's use this. As you can see, this is what we are getting. So we have one more field option there. So it will just select the fields host, user, source IP, host, source IP. The user field somewhere hidden here. As you can see, there is employees instead of that. So anyways, there might not be user for this. Rename user as employees. As you can see, the user is renamed as employees. So this is what we done. Instead of displaying user, it will display as employees. So you can also use this query for renaming that. Okay. So what is the third event ID returned against this search query? So search query is this, and we just need to use the search query, and we just need to find what is the third event ID returned. So okay, so yeah, just use the search query, and it is asking us to find the event ID. Third event ID returned is 4103. When we use the search query, the third event ID is 4103. So it searches for all Windows logs and table, time, event ID, host name, source name. As you can see, table for making this table, and we have underscore time here and event ID here, and we have selected host name here and source name here. And this is the third event ID 4103. So let's enter this here. Use the DW command against the host name field before the reverse command in the query mentioned in the question 1. What is the first username returned in the hostname field? So that's the question. We have to use the DW command against hostname field. Use these all. Okay, so let me use these all. And I am just using the DW hostname here. And again, the pipe symbol. And I'm just entering reverse, pressing enter. Oh my god, I just forgot to put the I in the index, and that's done. And the username first displayed is selena.adam. Okay, so that's the answer to this question, and that's done. And we are moving to the task 6. In the task 6, we will be able to learn some commands like head, tail, sort can be very useful during logs investigation. We have some table which contains some explanation, which contains some symbols, examples, and we have the first search query here. We can just use the search query and understand what it is. So I'm just removing all and using the search query. So it will display the table. When you put the table, it will display the table, and the table contains event ID, host name, source name. So here is our event ID, source name, host name, source name, and that's it. Nothing other than that. And we have some head 20 will return the top 20 events from the list. Head will return top 10 events from the list. Okay, when we use head 5, it will return top 5 from the list. So let's use the search query. As you can see, we are taking the tables underscore time and event ID and host name, source name. Head 5 stands for it will return the top 5. As you can see, there is only 5 events and 5 events that you are seeing, 5 statistics. Let's move on to the tail. It will display will return the last 10 events from the list. When you use the tail command, when you use tail 20, it will return the last 20 events from the list. Here, it will return the last 5 events from the list. Instead of using head, if you use tail, it will return the last 5. As you can see, this is the last 5 events from the list. Okay, let's move on to the sort. Sorts, this will sort results in ascending order, right? It will sort this in ascending order. So let's use this. Sort will sort it in ascending order. The sort host name will sort the host names in ascending order from lower to higher, I think. As you can see, this is we select a table underscore time, event ID, and host name and source name, and sort the host name. The host name is sorted as according to ascending order. Okay, and we have reverse option. What will it do? Reverse command will simply reverse the order of events. It will reverse the order of events displaying. The displayed events will be reversed. So let's have a look on the reverse. As you can see, we have 12,256. All those events are here. We selected some of the tables here, underscore time, event ID, host name, source name, and we just reversed all. So this is the result that you're seeing in the reverse order. Let's move on to the next one. Using the reverse command query, so reverse command with the search query. So this is the search query. You have to use this as reverse. What is a host name that comes on top? So using the reverse command with the search query. So you just need to use the reverse command in the search query. Okay. So I'm just using the pipe symbol, and you can just add reverse. Press enter. And this is the top host name displayed, which is James.Brownie. And that's it. So what is the last event ID returned when the query in the question 1 is updated to tail command? So this is the query in the question 1. We just need to update this with the tail command, I think. Or I don't think it. You just need to use reverse. So let's just use without reverse. And this is the last event ID return, which is 4103. Let's check this one. Yeah, that's it. It worked. So basically here, you just need to use the first one, like first index search query with the tail command. And after that, you have to observe the last event ID. So this is the last event ID that we get, right? So sort the above query against the source name. And what is the top source name returned? So we just need to sort this against the source name. As you can see here, we have sort this for host name. We have sort the above query, which means this query, against the source name. And what is the top source name returned? So let's use the sort, pipe symbol sort, against the source code. Oh my god, against the source name. So I'm just and we just sorted that. Sort the above query against the source name. What is the top source name returned? Source name. The top source name returned is Microsoft Windows PowerShell. So that's the answer. But that's not the answer. As you can see, we have something more. Sort the above query against the source name. This is what we done here against the source name. Maybe I think you don't have to specify this, I think. Maybe just we can just use this sort in this example. With the source name and just search for that. And here it is. The source name returned in the top is Microsoft Windows Directory Service SAM. So yeah, that's the answer to this question. Done. Now we are moving to the task 7, which is transformational comments in Splunk processing language. So transformational comments are those commands that change the results into the data structure from the field value pairs. These comments simply transform specific values for each event into numeric values. I know you can read that, right? So yeah, let's move on to these queries. Like we have top. This command returns frequent values for the top 10 events. So when you use this, let's use this. As you can see, it will top limit equal to 7. So these are the top 7 image that we get. As you can see, we just specify the image and top limit 7. And this is the top 7s that is returned. The following command will display top 7 image captured. Yeah. Now let's use the next query here, which is saying that the following command will display the rare 7 images captured. So let's use this rare command to, it will display the rare 7 images captured. So these are the rare 7 images captured. And we can use the next query, which here is it is. This following command will highlight the 3 mentioned fields in the raw logs. So the 3 mentioned fields in the raw logs, it will highlight that. Here we just mentioned the user, host, event ID, image. So three mentioned fields in the raw logs. So basically in the logs we can see the highlighted contents. We can just look for the raw logs. It will display in the raw logs. So we can see here it is list and we have raw. As you can see, this is the raw logs and it is highlighting the contents, right? So it is highlighting the user, host, event ID, image. So this is how you use this command. Okay, I hope you understand with that. So, oh my god, mission is expiring. So let me add somehow more hours. And we can just move to the next one. We can see there's a lot of stats command, which is average, max, min, sum, count commands are there, and the explanation of those commands are available, and we have some in syntax available, some examples available. You just need to read that. Okay, so we have the chart. So index equal to windows, chart count by user. So let's use this one. As you can see, it is this is displaying the top. We can see the 4 users here, chart count by users. So the chart command is used to transform the data into tables or visualizations. As you can see, this command is used for transform the data into table or visualizations, and this is what we are getting the result as. As you can see, we have a kind of GIF image here, like a video. You can see. So this is what we are getting. Let's move on to the next one. We have another query, time chart. The time chart command returns the time series chart covering the fields following the function mentioned, often compared with the stats command. So let's use this. Oh my god. Yeah. And this is what we are getting the result as you can see, image start based on time. So this is what we are getting, time image start based on time. So you can see we also have this option to move here. Okay, we have questions. We reach the question section. List the top 8 image process using the top command. What is the total count of the 6th image? List the top 8 image processes using the top command. We have the top command. Here is our top command. And our question is, list the top 8 image processes using the top command. What is the total count of the 6th image? So let's use this and change this into 8. It's saying that top 8. And this is the top 8 one. And what is the total count of the 6th image? So the count of the 6th image is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's 196 is the total count of the 6th image. Using the rare command, identify the user with the least number of activities captured. So yeah, let's use the rare command. We can see this is our rare command. And we just need to use this command and identify the user with the least number of activities performed. And we can see there is no user, just So yeah, I just used the rare user command, and here it is. So using the rare command, identify the user with the least number of activities captured. We can see the count, and this is the user with the least number of activities, which is James. So yeah, that's it. So create a pie chart using the chart command. What is the count for the conhost.exe process? You just need to create a pie chart using the count command, and we can move to the visualization. As you can see, this seems like pie chart. As you can see, this is the pie chart. So it is asking us to create a pie chart using chart command. What is the count for conhost.exe process? As you can see, we have a process ID, and if you are confused, then you can come here and you can just click here and search for process, and we can see the new process name, and which includes count host, right? So you have to specify new process name there, or we also have process name option, which also includes, which does not include that. So anyways, let's first try with the process name. As you can see, the process name option is there, so I'm just copying that, and we can just paste it here by process name, and here it is, the conhost.exe. He is here, and we can see the count is 15. It's wrong. Instead of searching like this, we can just search for the name of the process only. So we have the conhost.exe is the process, so we just copying that process and entering it here, and we can see there is 100 events. So let's look for the fields. Let's look for the image field, and as you can see, conhost.exe is there, and we have the 70 count number, as you can see. So this might be the answer, 70. Yeah, that's it. So basically you just need to find all the counts of account host.exe, not by using that command. So anyways, let's just click here also in the account host.exe, and we can also look for the visualization if you want. Like, you can just use that command, which is count by. They are asking us to use the count by command, but by using the count by command we were unable to find that. So I think you have to use commands like these, press enter, and it's also not working. So you can just count by image is what we need to use, I think. And as you can see, count by image is the command that we need to use. We can see 70 count is here. So basically, instead of specifying the process or process name here, we just need to specify image to find the answer to this question. Okay, so that's all about the troubleshoot of that question, and we have reached the recap and conclusion, and this is the end of this Splunk. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something new, and thank you. I will see you in the next one.